Okay, people, now not only is this the first ever Facebook Live that I've ever done in my life, I've really got to get these glasses fixed. Now, I'm feeling like a million people are watching me. So, what I want to say is something really amazing happened to me yesterday. Something really, really amazing. I just want to share it with you. And I don't know if it'll help you guys as coaches, if you're anxiety coaches, for example, because this is something that I was completely amazed by. So basically, what happened is, I've been suffering from anxiety for like 10 years, maybe more, 15 years, probably since childhood, on and off when I was younger. But like as an adult, for at least the last 10 years, it's been pretty crippling for me. So I've been living with fear and phobias have been huge, and kind of like agoraphobia, and just really when I go to places like hypermarkets, shopping centres, airports, airplanes, bridges, and lately, unfortunately, as a passenger in the car, because I always felt if I escape, I'm okay. If I escape, I'm okay, and I've always escaped, and I dreaded going to places, but I escaped. And then I had a horrible feeling of being stuck in a car, and as a passenger, you can't escape because you're not in control, and that was pretty horrible for me. It's been a pretty crazy 6 months since that. I've felt like my anxiety has been getting worse and worse and worse. Avoidance been getting more and more and more, yeah. So I've been seeking advice, seeking help, going to CBT and stuff like this, but really, I've gone through loads of courses. I went to Linden Method a few years ago for their retreat. I've done all sorts of stuff to try and find a way out. And I know that the way out of anxiety is acceptance. Yeah, acceptance. Okay, there's the life wheel and filling your life with all the things you want to do and distraction and all that stuff. But acceptance from the way you feel, I've always been told, is the way to go. It's the way to do it. Yeah, if you accept your feelings and you tell yourself you've got nothing to worry about, then you're fine. Now, do you believe this or not? That's the problem. Yeah, when I've been to places, I've always said, "Come on, I accept it. It's completely fine. I accept it. There's nothing to worry about here. It's completely fine. I'm going to be okay." But in the back of my mind, I haven't accepted it. I haven't accepted that feeling. And I've always just in the back of my mind thought, well, just get this over with, I'm going to be okay. But not really believing that it doesn't matter how I feel, just fully accepting the feelings of anxiety and of panic. So, I've just tried this, as I say, hundreds and hundreds of times, pretty much say that to myself every time I go somewhere. Now, I came across a doctor, a psychiatrist, who said, "I'm going to heal you in a couple of days," and all this stuff. And I thought, yeah, whatever. I've heard this a million times. And don't worry, this person is not the person who helped me to get, or is anything to do with the success of this story. Okay, but what happened was, she said to me, "Look, I want to take you to my office now and sit down, and I want you to recreate the feelings of anxiety and the feelings of panic." So I went to her office, and obviously I couldn't recreate the feelings of panic because in her office I wasn't panicky, I was completely fine. She was like, "Okay, let's dive deep into your panic and recreate them now." I was like, "Look, my mind isn't stupid. My mind sends me signals of panic and of the signal of adrenaline and get out and the fight or flight when it feels I'm in a situation of danger. In your office, I cannot recreate that feeling, okay? I cannot recreate the feeling of anxiety in your office." But so she was like, "Well, how can we recreate this feeling?" I was like, "Well, the only way that I can, have this feeling is if I go to a situation where I have the feeling, where my mind feels I'm in danger, feels needs to warn me. So we need to go to somewhere like a supermarket, a hypermarket, a shopping centre, something like that." So she said, "Well, let's go out in the car first. Let's take you as a passenger in the car." So I went out as a passenger of a car, and I hated it. Yeah, it was horrible. I was shouting at the driver, "Get me out of the car, get me out of the car." I hated it. She said, "Right, I understand what you're going through. Next day, let's go to a shopping centre where there's loads of benches and stuff inside. We can sit down and you can feel that we can see the symptoms, and then at that moment we'll take you through a process of panic elimination or whatever." So anyway, I met her the next day, which was yesterday, to go to a shopping centre. And I've been to this shopping centre for years. Literally, I've walked inside maybe 20 meters and walked back out again. And, I couldn't do it for years. And what happened was, I went inside with her. And again, this has nothing to do with her success, just the fact that this happened this way. What happened was, she said to me, right, I want you to bring on the panic now. I want you to have a panic attack. I want you to, the reason we're in the shopping centre is so that I can see the symptoms now of your panic. And so what that forced me to do, that forced me to have complete acceptance of the feeling. For the first time, I wasn't pretending to have acceptance. I wasn't pretending to say to myself, okay, I accept the feelings, but in the back of my mind thinking, bloody hell, I hope I don't have a panic attack and I hope I can, just get through this as quick as possible. For the first time, I actually said to myself, okay, bring the feelings on. This is an experiment, so we need the panic. I couldn't panic. I could not panic. It was ridiculous. We literally went into the shopping centre, and because the reason that we were there was not for me to do something and get it over with quickly, and therefore the reason wasn't there for me to con myself into pretending that I was going to be okay and hoping everything was going to be fine. No, the reason we were there was to make myself have a panic attack. And because the reason we were there to make myself have a panic attack, I was demanding that I have a panic attack, and I could not have one. I could not have one. For the first time in probably 10 years, I went to a shopping centre and walked around it for like an hour and enjoyed it, didn't care, because I was trying to make myself have a panic attack. I was in full acceptance, because I wanted to panic. I wasn't pretending to have acceptance, pretending to enjoy it, pretending to want a panic attack. No, I was actually demanding a panic attack. And I was able to do that because, for the simple reason that it was like an experiment for this girl. She wanted to see the panic. Not because I was demanding and pretending to demand it, and really I wanted to have a panic attack. Now, I don't know what that's going to be like, obviously, when I go back on my own. Maybe I'll demand a panic attack, I'll be probably half demanding it, half be scared and run away. But what that's shown me is that if you do accept fully the feeling and the fear of anxiety, it can't do anything to you. I was shocked, so shocked. Now, I've been going through, I've learned about a lady called Dr. Claire Weekes, who's died now, but she was like a leading Australian psychiatrist or doctor, as it were. And some of the terms she says are a bit out of date. In terms of anxiety disorder, she calls it, I can't even remember what she calls it now, sensitization or something like that. So a highly sensitized person and things like that, she calls it. But I've been going through her books, and she talks only about acceptance. Now, all her books, audiobooks, are free on YouTube. They've all been uploaded to YouTube. So just go in there if you want to learn about her, or if you suffer anxiety, you want to find out about this. Just type in Dr. Claire Weekes. It's Week, the way you spell week, with ES at the end. And just learn her methods. But basically, she talks about it's not the first time I've heard it, but it's complete acceptance. And yesterday, I went to a hypermarket and to a shopping centre. After we'd been through the hypermarket, the doctor who was with me, she was so determined for me to get a panic attack. She was like, look, let's go to the hypermarket. And at that hypermarket, I've never been to, because of the anxiety. I literally went inside a few times, got to an entrance to the to the actual supermarket, and said, no, I can't do it. Just in the foyer I've been. And yesterday, I went around the whole hypermarket, went around the shopping centre for like an hour and a half, no panic at all, feeling completely fine. Now, I'm not saying I'm being cured from anxiety. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying yesterday, with the help of complete acceptance, for the first time, I felt like a normal person feels, who's not anxious, walking around a supermarket. That's what I'm saying. Now, today, if I go to the supermarket, will I be that courageous? Because I'm not on the experiment, I haven't got this woman, I'm not trying to force a panic attack. Might not be, But I have learned something. And I've learned that if you accept the feelings of high anxiety and the feelings that come associated with that panic, if you fully accept them, it just disappears. Fear just completely disappears, because what it is, a high anxiety and the effects of anxiety and panic attacks are simply me being scared of what will happen, me being scared of the panic. So I have a thought, I'll then become scared of the panic attack, and the panic attack will cause me to run for safety, which is running outside. And if you really accept it, and the way, as I said, I accepted it, was just kind of like a thing that happened by going there for a reason of trying to bring on a panic attack. Couldn't have one. I could not have a panic attack. So anyway, I'm not saying I'm cured, but I'm saying that I've taken a massive step forward in my life by it's just absolutely crazy. I've never had such an amazing feeling of being able to walk around and just not care, and enjoy walking around a shopping centre. Bought an ice cream, walked around, looked in shops, just ridiculous. So, wow. So anyone who's interested, go and look at Dr. Claire Weekes, go and look at her books and stuff. I think all her books are free. You can buy stuff. I looked on Amazon before, but then I found everything on YouTube for free. So if you're an anxiety coach and you want to help your patients, maybe take them to a shopping centre, or take them to where they're scared of, if they're agoraphobic or something. Take them to that place, and say to them, okay, we're going to do a test. We want you to bring on your anxiety attacks. We want you to bring it all on, because when that person fully accepts it, it's just ridiculous. Now, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that today or tomorrow I'm going to go to these places that cause me anxiety, and I'm going to be like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be, but I've taken a massive step forward, and wow, just wanted to tell the world. So, okay, that was me signing off. First ever Facebook Live, and hopefully it was some good news and inspiring for some people.